Before we get started, we're going to do an oldie but a goodie. Kiddos, let's take a big old deep breath. One more time, a little bit longer this time. Think about what we got to do today. All right, parents, you too. Big deep breath. Ready? Wonderful. Before we get started, let's go over some quick little logistics of the concert today. Parents, if you need to use the restroom, we have it on here on the left and the right. During the concert, I know it's super tempting to have your phone out. You can sneak a photo if you like, but I will give everybody some time at the end of the concert to take some photos, so don't worry for that. Next one is for the students. Students, during the performance, how should we be sitting? Show me how you're supposed to be sitting. There you go. What's the one thing we don't touch in the room? Does anybody remember? That thingy. Yeah, don't touch it. Very good. And fantastic. Like a fire. And 3, 2, 1, stop. Good job. Where do our little twinkle toes go? Do they go on the chair in front of you? Where do they go? On the floor. And do we sit like this? Sit up. Very nice. All right. Parents, students, teachers, welcome to the 2022 SJA Winter Concert. My name is Mr. Smith. I'm more than happy that you are here today. This feels great to have everybody here. Parents and kiddos, having your families here is so important for community building and showing all the hard work we've done. Now, I know it's really tempting for us to turn around and shout at our mama and dada and grandma and grandpa, auntie, uncle, but I know you want to. So I tell you what, we got some time. Everybody, turn around. Let's see if we can find our family members. Go ahead and wave. You see them? There you go. Get it out. That's right. Very good. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, keep doing it. Let's do 10 more seconds. Go. Say, oh, good luck. Good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Eyes on me. We've also got some family and friends watching from abroad on YouTube later. So if you guys want to wave to the camera, there's one camera there and there's one camera there. Hello, future internet viewer. Very good. Turning around in 3, turning around in 2, turning around in 1. Good job, guys. All right. As I introduce this next song, let's go ahead and get our first graders standing up out of their chair. Let's get them up on the stage. The SJA Winter Concert is a long tradition that goes back all the way to Vermont. The big stage that we have here is shared by our high schoolers, it's shared by our middle school, and of course our elementary. Students singing and performing at wintertime is a long tradition in history that they are now participating in. As our friends are getting ready up on stage, parents, the best thing you can do to support our friends during the song is just clap at the end, give a lots of support, and during the performance, please go ahead and silence your cell phones. You want to get at the end? Is that okay to? All right, as our kids are getting up on the stage, I want to tell you a little bit about this song. This is a song that I like to consider a modern classic. This is dedicated to all the parents who have given your child a pair of gloves, a pair of mittens, and then immediately when your kid comes home from school, you say, "Oh, how was school? Honey, where's your gloves?" And then the kid says, PE? Lost and found? I don't know. And you're like, "Oh, okay." So you get him another pair of gloves, right? "It's cold outside. Put on some gloves." You're like, "All right, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad." And he goes to school. Learn a lot. Have a great day. Come home from school, and you give him a big hug, and you're like, "How was school?" "Where is your glove?" And then they're like, all right, I'm going to give you one pair of gloves. Please don't lose these gloves. And they're like, "Okay, Mommy, I won't. I promise I won't." Friday after school, you go pick up your kid. What do they have on their hand? No glove. Without further ado, I present to you Mittens and Gloves. And you'll never not hear that song again when they forget their gloves. "Where are your gloves? I told you yesterday." All right. This next song is a classic. This comes from the 1940s. The song was made popular by famous jazz singers Dean Martin and also Frank Sinatra. It's a kind of a special case in that regard. This song evokes a big Christmassy holiday spirit feeling. But in fact, the words of this song don't contain any mention of the holidays at all. This song was written during a Los Angeles heat wave in the 1940s. And the songwriter was remembering colder times about how nice it would be to be frosty and chilly. And it's hard to imagine that right now because it's so cold outside, but this song is supposed to evoke the feeling of being cold and having someone to warm up to next to. So I'm sure you've guessed what this is, of course. I present to you, "Let It Snow." I promise you, when we rehearsed that, they were slow, they were sweet, they were, oh, no, please, you first. No, after you. And right now, I think they really want to show off how well they can play this song.
Hello.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so this next song, this one's a different one. This is an original piece. Mr. Smith wrote this song to fill a gap. I feel that our school could really benefit from having something called a fight song. Now, growing up in America, all the schools I went to, when we had a big football match or we had a big outside event, we all had this rallying song, something that could be played outside with no instruments. And that's called a fight song. Well, this one should evoke feelings of teamwork and school spirit and all the things that make SJA a wonderful place to be at. So, for your consideration, we are SJA. All right, thank you very much. As we get our first graders off the stage, I'd like to invite this second grade to go ahead and stand up. Let's get ready to get on board.
감사합니다.
Oh, I have such sweet, hard-working friends on second grade helping me to get my stage nice and clean. All right, as we're setting up, we're going to transition into second grade. Now, second grade is a great time for us to expand into new types of instruments. All the way up until, kindergarten and first grade, it's completely okay if students come to school and just learn the fundamentals of singing. However, in second grade, I start to do something what's called an instrument interest survey. The interest survey is to figure out what kind of instruments are you interested in. Doesn't necessarily mean what we're going to be playing at the concert, but I like to ask questions that might find a future drummer in the class or maybe a future violin player. This is kind of the best age to discover what do you like playing, what do you not so much like playing. And sometimes when kids ask me, what instrument should I play, Mr. Smith, I always tell them the truth. When I was in elementary school, if I were to choose something, it would be singing. That's the backbone of a great choir. So we've got a lot of great singers on stage, and some of our singers are also playing instruments today. We're going to start off with a song that I'm positive you know the name of, you know the words to. It's deceptively simple. It's a kind of song that everybody knows, but could you play it all in this huge group with all these different instruments? It's a lot harder than it looks. And a lot of the friends that have been on stage have been working really hard, weeks and weeks on this. So I want you guys to give up your support, give a big round of applause for our first song, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Thank you. All right. Our next song is one of those songs, you might not know the name of it, but for sure you've heard it. It's kind of one of those tunes that anybody who plays piano would love to just kind of automatically, your hands just go straight to the notes. It's an E-flat major. It's a strange key. It's a strange song, but you may not know the name, but you definitely know the song. This song comes to us from Germany, actually. Surprisingly, it's a 60-year-old song. It was originally anonymously written and then just kind of left into the nethersphere for a while. Later, in the late 70s and early 80s, a Japanese children's TV show on Saturday mornings took this song and then added Japanese words to it. From there, somebody in Japan printed it into the Suzuki Method book that was printed in the late 80s, early 90s. From there, somebody copied that and brought it to Korea, and ever since then, it's been really, really popular in this country. Pretty sure you've guessed it by now, but you might know it by its other name, which is the cat waltz. So without further ado, I present to you 고양이 춤. Got a lot of moving parts on stage. We're getting ready for this last song for second grade. So anytime I'm choosing music for a concert, I really do want to kind of give a little bit of everything. A variety is really important to me. I want to do something that's kind of cute and memorable. I do want to do something that's fun and uplifting, but I also, always in every concert, I want to pick something that's a little bit old school, a little bit more traditional. This next song is one of my favorite holiday songs. For me, it evokes the feeling of being back home in a big place with a big choir. Always, as soon as I hear the song, I imagine being outside caroling with my friends in high school. This is the kind of song that it actually goes back about 600 years. It uses a lot of old English words that we don't really use anymore. It's been kind of a tricky song for us to learn, but this is a song that starts really quiet. So you're gonna see as best we can. We're gonna show you the big dynamic range of what second grade can do. So for our final song today, I present to you, Hark, the Herald Angels Sings. special round of applause for our soloist. Take a bow, soloist. Wonderful job. I wanted to take an extra special thank you to all the people that made this happen. This isn't a solo effort by no means. A huge thanks goes to our homeroom teachers, assistant teachers, specialist teachers, language teachers, everybody that took time out of their day to make sure that this was a big, successful event. Thank you so much to the teachers. I really appreciate it. I'm very, very fortunate to work with a lot of talented, hardworking people here at SJA. Mr. Derek Jolly in the upper elementary has given me significant guidance and help in this. I'm not sure if he's in here. Is that you in the back, Mr. Derek? No. Anyways, Mr. Derek has been instrumental in helping me prepare for this concert. Last but not least, Mr. Roger Chavez in the sound booth has put hours and hours of time and effort to make this sound as professional as wonderful it is. So, Mr. Chavez in the back, wonderful job, sir. Thank you so much. Before we leave, I'd like to hand it off to our assistant principal, Mr. David Griffith.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, everyone. I think you can all say that that was absolutely amazing. I'd like to hear one more big round of applause for all of our students, all of our teachers that helped today, and of course, Mr. Smith. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of practicing those wonderful vocals and those excellent skills on the instruments, and dedication goes into making this a really successful event. I have had the privilege of listening to all the students practicing all of their songs in music class for the last few weeks. Boys and girls, I could not be more proud of the music that you put on for us today. You should be very proud of yourself. Congratulations. Parents, thank you again for joining us this morning. Don't go just yet, though. I think we have a bit of a method of dismissing everyone, but I think now is a great opportunity for you to get a photo of all the children on stage. Thank you, everyone.